What's up, everybody? What's up? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and we're back talking about Xbox. And this time I want to highlight Mike Ybarra. Mike Ybarra is a special personality. You know, he was part of Xbox, I think, for like 20 years. He was a part of I think he's more prominent from, I think, Xbox platforms or Xbox Live or whatever when he was there. He left Xbox eventually. I think after Phil Spencer's been promoted a few times, he left Xbox, went to Blizzard. You guys know what happened. Microsoft and Activision merged, and he left Blizzard. So I don't know what he's doing now, but he has a lot of insight. A lot of people believe that he has some smoke for Phil Spencer and Xbox. He's typically puts out tweets that seems what people would consider sneak dissing or him calling someone out. But he's made a couple tweets lately trying to like tell people to relax and don't blame Phil. And people are now fishing for information because people are upset. Journalists are upset. They're digging. They're looking for Xbox insiders. They're looking for people that either used to work for Xbox or are currently working for Xbox and wish to remain anonymous to get some information and whatnot. And some people believe that Mike Ybarra is one of the people that people are getting information from. He wanted to set the situation clear because obviously Xbox is under a lot of fire with the closing of the 4 studios. Sarah Bond having the interview with I think was it Game Industry.biz or Bloomberg Gaming, whatever. And they didn't like the way she responded to the Tango shutdown and whatnot. So Ybarra is at a point where he's in an unbiased position, and it's clear he calls out some things, and you can see the side he's on. And this is where you can see where he and some of the existing people at Xbox, don't see eye to eye. This is some awesome critique. There's just some awesome outside looking in of what's going on and what he thinks should happen. So we're gonna read this together. I'm gonna do this video quickly because I gotta let my wife work. So he says, "Happy Friday. People have asked me what I think about the Xbox strategy in all this press. Publications have asked me has asked me questions about Xbox. I 100% love Xbox and think Xbox can find a path to great success for their teams and players around the world. 100%, 110%, exclamation. To answer some questions, Xbox has always been accountable for its business, even when it was small or in the red. Pressure exists and always will. I see some articles today with anonymous Xboxers talking about the board. I don't see this as the board doing something different. It's not the function of a board to be the operators that dictate to business units and teams what to do day to day. Sure, pressure and stakes are always high and only get higher as you grow. I've never seen Satya dictate something top down. He questions and pushes but empowers his teams. He is a fantastic leader. The idea of the market isn't growing is a PR excuse." This is where some of the shots come in. And as a team, it's your job, and he's talking directly to Xbox. And this is where the disagreements come in because, like I said, I think him and Phil Spencer didn't see eye to eye. There's reports of somebody was saying, this Game Pass strategy is multi-platform strategy, whatever is Phil's idea, and he won't back off from it, whatever. So he says the idea of the market isn't growing is a PR excuse. As a team, it is your job to drive your own growth. I agree. Even if the overall market isn't growing at an anticipated rate. I think it's more the strategy isn't working as expected, which is factual at this point, which is okay. Strategies have to continually shift in a market that moves as fast as gaming does. I'll say again, this all comes down to making great games. And this is where the shots come in because he's always tweeted about make great games, especially that infamous Phil Spencer interview. He believes in just make good games. That's it. And everything else will ensue. And he said that multiple occasions. He says, "I'll say this again. This all comes down to making great games. If you make great games, consumer demand will follow and your business can do well in low market growth years. A great game is a 500 million to 1 billion plus profit generator for the business across platforms. Given the size of studios, you need to get to a world where few of the teams are delivering against this at a right cadence. You don't need all of your studios doing big, huge games and shouldn't, as the risk profile is too large. That is also correct. After all, your install base is big right now, given where we are in the console generation, and of course, big on PC as well. So the opportunity exists for success. If you aren't making great games, then your hardware isn't selling. This is facts. And your subscription is flatlining. This is facts. The clarity of strategy or execution is broken somewhere and needs to be fixed. Inclusive of ensuring leadership and team capability to drive great game development and growth. They 100% have teams who can make great games. id, Coalition, 343, Bethesda, of course, yes, they do. It just isn't consistently happen. And this is also facts. I see two paths here. If your North Star is the Game Pass subscription, you have to take that exclusive to your services and hardware and be all in across the game, hardware, services, and an exclusive go big plan. Pumping regular 90 plus rated games into this will drive consumer affinity and satisfaction. I 110% agree with this. Like I said, if they're going to go in on Game Pass, they have to go in on Game Pass. That's why questioning whether Call of Duty should go, it shouldn't be a thing, because this is the wait and see approach. And the thing is, being exclusive, if you're going in on Game Pass, honestly, realistically, and this is going to sound very anti-consumer of me, games should actually probably launch first exclusively into Game Pass. Not even available to buy. Just should launch there, go to Pass, see what happens, and then, sell them a la carte. That's really actually what should happen if you wanted to see how consumers will respond to that, right? But that's a whole another video. Right now, I'm loving Mike Ybarra's critiques here. He said, I see two paths here. I'm going to repeat this one more time. If your North Star is Game Pass subscription, you have to take that exclusive to your services and hardware and be all in across games, hardware and services in an exclusive go big plan. Pumping regular 90 plus rated games into this will drive consumer affinity and satisfaction. That said, it is high risk, high reward, and takes a strong desire to win. If you're not willing to do that, then you're on another path. You're a publisher across all devices, and you need to embrace that 100%. And be clear, likely means out of hardware, and fundamentally believe if you don't have great exclusive content, your hardware is doomed, as people won't understand why they need it. This is also facts, and this is where Tim Dog comes in, and all the other people, Peter Ovio, a lot of the people who really truly sell your Xbox. If you're going third party, right? That's why we don't believe the whole 4 games. He's tackling the whole case by case scenario, the 4 games and stuff like that. You either going to go multi-plat or you're not. And the thing is you can't be in between, because what happens is, again, the console loses value, and we're in a situation we are now. The morale is low, right? I don't know if Microsoft can successfully be a hardware manufacturer and a major third-party publisher at the same time. And this is why things are kind of, because they're not taking a path and sticking with it. I'd rather them go the Game Pass route rather than be a full-blown multi-plat. But being a third party, the money's probably a little bit too good to turn down now. But the scary thing about this, you don't want them out of hardware. If you're an Xbox fan, you don't want them out of hardware. So that the latter is the one you really don't want. And this is why we kind of got our eyes up at Phil Spencer, like, yo, what are you trying to do? So if you're not willing to do that, then you're on another path. You're a publisher across all devices, and you need to embrace that 100% and be clear. Likely means out of hardware. I fundamentally believe if you don't have great exclusive content, your hardware is doomed, as people won't understand why they need it. And that's where we're at right now. Being the world's largest publisher of games is a great spot to be in, as long as you can make great games. If you can't, you'll be right back where you started. You have to pick your lane and go hard at it for success, with a clear communication to your players. If you play in the middle of these two paths, in my honest opinion, you'll hurt your teams and you'll have constant churn and chaos, which is facts. He bolded, it starts and ends with strong desire to win and making great games that exceeds players' expectations. That is what is fragile now and needs to be addressed as soon as possible. Thank you, Mike Ybarra. These are all hard decisions. It's certainly no easy task given where things stand today, and both paths have dramatic implications. But I fundamentally believe in Xbox, its fans, and the opportunity ahead for great hardware, services, and games, or as a publisher of games and services across any screen. I'm cheering for Xbox, and it pains me to see all the negative swirl. So for those asking, keep the faith in Xbox, but ask for clarity on what path forward is for the brand and product. Then make your own decision on what it is best for you and your valuable time and money. For those who think I'm one of the people talking to publications anonymously about Xbox, I am not. I was not a founding member of the Xbox, and I think by now you all know I won't be anonymous if I have something to say, which is true. These are just my opinions. This is the last I will talk about this here on X. It's easy to say what you think when you're not in the trenches living the reality of the challenges. I wish great success for Xbox now and into the future. It's good for gaming overall, and I care deeply for Blizzard, who is now part of the Xbox team. Shout out to Mike Ybarra for putting this together. It gives great insight, and he made some great statements, and this is true. He kind of echoed what some of us are feeling, but aren't, I guess, intelligent enough to say or put together in words like this. And he pretty much said Xbox has to pick a lane and stay with it. You either go a full third party or you embrace what you got and make best. But at the end of the day, they have to make great games and trust that their games will be good enough that people will want to play and go to their platforms to play. And I said in the podcast, Xbox has to sell Xbox consoles because they have to get people on the Game Pass. You can't get people new subscribers to Game Pass if you're not selling consoles, and so on. I can say that till my face turns blue, but they have to pick a lane right now. And Xbox has been playing in the middle. All right, we're going all in on Game Pass. Okay, well, we're all in on everything, and what's happened is something's losing, and they're losing. The fans are losing, and their platform is losing with that mindset. They don't have a clear picture. They don't have a clear mindset. Nintendo has a clear mindset. PlayStation has a clear mindset. Xbox doesn't, and that's why they're all over the place. Shout out to Mike Ybarra for this post. Man, I wish he was still a part of Xbox. But that's the video. I wanted to just highlight this and talk about this for a little bit. Let me know what you thought in the comment section about Mike Ybarra's post and how this is going on. It's getting crazy on Twitter, man. Out of here. Peace.